Hello class, my name is Adrian Vasquez, and today I'm going to be telling you why is tobacco so addicting. First of all, we need to know what is tobacco. Now, tobacco is made from leaves of tobacco plants, and one of them is called Nicotiana
tabacum,
and also the bright leaf tobacco plant or the broadleaf tobacco plant or the fire cured tobacco plant. So, what's in these tobacco plants? What's in these tobacco plants is a highly addictive drug called nicotine. Nicotine occurs naturally in these leaves of these tobacco plants, which can be a poison on its own and be very harmful for the human body and brain. And to how we get this nicotine into our body is by using tobacco products like cigarettes or e-cigarettes or vaping with nicotine in there, or chewing tobacco. Now, with this nicotine and how it's so addicting, it leads to the death of some Americans. The book Nicotine and Tobacco by Claire Neff, it states that 435,000 Americans die each year because of nicotine addiction. And it's actually one of the leading causes of drug-related premature deaths. And compare that to alcohol or cocaine, is a big difference, with alcohol having 85,000 deaths and cocaine having 16,000 deaths a year, which is a major difference compared to nicotine. But what does it exactly do to your brain? Now, according to healthline.com, nicotine mimics several neurotransmitters which send signals in the brain, and since nicotine is similar to the shape to the neurotransmitters, it could mimic brain signals like dopamine. It's mimicking dopamine, so your brain starts associating nicotine use with feeling good. And according to healthline.com, it can also cause a decline in your brain activity, like cognitive decline, where you're more forgetful and not being able to think as quickly as you did when you were younger. And it also has an increased risk of dementia. You start forgetting things, and also high risk of stroke, loss of brain volume, high risk of cancer, many things that can just ruin your brain off nicotine. And that's just to your brain. It can cause severe damage to your actual physical body, like to your heart, your lungs, your gums, your bones. It can cause severe damage, and no one wants that. But nicotine is just so addicting that people can't stop. And even when people do try to stop, it's actually worse for them. According to healthline.com, nicotine withdrawal can cause your heartbeat to go down, have severe headaches, severe body aches, depression. Can cause lots of things just by not using nicotine. And to stop using nicotine, you actually have to use nicotine. If you're a smoker smoking cigarettes and you want to stop, the most beneficial way for you to stop is to use nicotine gum. According to healthline.com, chewing it properly and gradually reducing the dose of the nicotine gum will actually help you. But that's how you gradually go down from nicotine. Let me show you what happens if you go cold turkey and quit right now. The first 4 hours, you'll likely have a craving for another cigarette. You might feel fidgety or stressed around the 4-hour mark. The 10-hour mark, you might start feeling more physical symptoms. After your last cigarette, you might be hungry because after hours without smoking, your blood sugar levels will be lower than you're used to, and you might also notice a tingling sensation in your hands and feet as your circulation adjusts. Now on the 24-hour mark, there won't be any nicotine left in your system, and you may experience strong cigarette cravings. You might also feel anxious or irritable, but staying hydrated can help you. Now on the 2-day mark, you still might be experiencing cravings and also have headaches and have anxiety and depression. And on the 3-day mark, you might have a sore throat And especially if you were a heavy smoker, you might start coughing. And the 1 to 3 weeks mark, you still have some cravings in your first couple of weeks, but they'll be less intense than in your first few days. In these early weeks, you might feel that you have less energy and increased hunger, but this is because your metabolism is adjusting to the lack of nicotine and to your new blood sugar level. Thank you, class, for listening to my presentation. I hope y'all enjoyed it and learned something from it.